Okay. Wait, this is- All right. The light is still kind of dull. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me see if I would wait for anybody. Let me share my screen. My screen rather. Okay. Let me share the screen. All right. All right. What's up, guys? Okay, once again. All right. Uh, all right. What's up, guys? Okay, once again. All right. Uh, it's been a while. I actually hosted a live session. So, sorry, I'm having cracked voice. It's been a while, and I just decided to come on here to host this live session. I don't intend to stay here for long. And also, let's see how we're going to make this very snappy. Let's see how we're going to make it very snappy. Or I might have to, because a lot of people hasn't joined yet. So I might just have to maybe come back later on. I'm not sure. I don't know. Or I'll just record the one because I really wanted sharing something with you guys, but having it been I know, yeah, this live session was actually at some point impromptu, but having it been that nobody has, like, I don't have a lot of people that has joined. Maybe I might just give little insights, then probably later come on here. But for now, let's see. On my screen here, we have US oil, right? We have US oil. So, what am I expecting? To be very sincere, or we might see a decline, more decline on US oil, because this is just being rational. Iran and the US are having back and forth. They're having little chaos here and there. I'm not going to sign the deal. I'm going to sign the deal. I'm not going to sign the deal. I'm going to sign the deal. So we're having back and forth in the market. But now we are actually playing. The US is hosting a World Cup, and Iran is going to play. So at some point, Trump, I don't want to sound this way, but Trump doesn't really have his hands at this point will be tied, if I'll use that word. I don't I'm trying to uh watch my word. But Trump, at the look of things, might sign that deal to ease the tension, right? That is one. So if Trump signs the deal and calls back his naval ships and all those guys to clear the road, the sea, so everybody is going to ease the tension, we'll see US oil drop. There will be a decline in US oil, and there should be a pump in gold if that happens, right? So using that fundamental insight, this whole thing, to logically analyze this thing, I would say I want to see price still sell off. But then we're not just gonna start selling off. Today is Monday, the start of the week. As you guys can see here, we have a gap. As you guys can see here, we have a gap here. And now, whenever you see a gap in the market, bear in mind that that gap is actually going to get filled up, right? It's going to get filled up before we continue, because one, I would always say the market tends to tap wherever liquidity is. That's where the market tends to tap into first before moving in its actual direction. And also, if you look at it very well, we've been very bearish. We've seen this is, let's go to the 4 hours time frame. Let's see. I need to clear this guy. Why isn't it? Okay. I need to clear this guy. So, okay. I need to, good. So now, as you guys can see on my screen here, this is the 4 hours time frame. I just, we've had lower high, lower low, lower high, low, 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 right? High, rather, that's relative equal, right? Low. It kept declining gradually. Now, if you look at it from this point, we also had this gap here. As you can see, market has filled it up, right? Market has filled this gap up, and it has even sank to this point. So now, what am I anticipating? That being said, since this low has been filled here, this other low here has been filled, I want to actually see the market now do this, right? Till it fills up this guy, then we decline a little bit, right? will decline a little bit. Now we also still look if we still have, we can see on we can see another gap here. So be rest assured that price might still sell to around 60K. Yes, be rest assured that price might still sell to 60, to this region, because of this gap we have here, right? Now, if price does that, it gives market more time to gain momentum so that we can push up and start sweeping our liquidity. Let's go down to the weekly time frame. From the weekly time frame, we'd see this gap. Price kept buying, 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 buying. And whenever price keeps buying, even in a 100-meter race, when you keep running, at some point when you get exhausted, what do? You reduce your pace and you start jogging. You don't keep firing speed like that. So I feel like the market is going to still crash down to around this region, around 60, around 65, 60, 67K thereabout, right? Sell off into this point. Then at that point, if we now get a proper reaction and the decline, probably we get something like this, and price now does this, right? Now we can now anticipate a continuous buy to around maybe 300, right? But first, we won't just pump at once. We'll take it gradually from this level to this level to this level, take our liquidity here, take our liquidity here. Then we might now have an all time, right? We might now have an all time. I feel like that's the game the game plan. So, but for now, let's trade what we see and not what we feel. All right. So back to this, what I was saying here. Personally, I'll wait for price to fill up this guy. So if I have an opportunity, I would actually, at this point now, this is what me I would want to do, right? What was wrong? At this point, this is what me I want to do. At this point, okay. What's wrong? What's wrong? Why is it? All right, sorry about that, guys. I've been under the weather, so I decided not to turn on the AC, and I just decided to use this fan so I don't get too cold. So for me, let's see. Let me increase it a little bit. Take it to 350. All right, at 330. Let's see. Okay, cool. So for me at this point, right? Oh god damn it, what's wrong? Or what about daily high here? What about daily low here? Right? So and we have a gap that we need to fill. Now we've spotted out this guy. So we might see price come to this point and decline, right? Might see price. Please, if you're just joining, please just help me do well to put it in the chat box that whichever pair you want me to analyze for you, and also do well to just make yourself present and noticed rather. Let me just know that you are active basically. You can just put in the chat box, Echo is active or stuff. If you have questions also put it in the chat box there. I'll be reading it. I'll be reading it also at different intervals. So back to what I was saying. Oh, this is now the 15 minutes. What am I anticipating? I want to say if at this point now, let me take out this guy. If at this point now, right, if price would just, can I call this a sell side liquidity being swept? I don't think so. I'm not impressed with this thing, but let's just say at this point right now, I'm not going to take this trade because I've not seen a clear entry. But let's see if let me see how price reacts at this point. Then if it reacts well, I can call this a sell side liquidity being taken here, right? So what I'm going to wait for is for price to break through this point, give us a POI here, and we take it from there. So for now, I'm just still gonna just wait. I'll wait. Let me see how price react around this area. But the goal for me is to see price fill up this gap, then we continue declining. Now, mind you, today is Monday, so this might not happen today, and this might happen today or tomorrow. But from now till Wednesday, I believe we would have filled up this gap. Then we'll see. But regardless, I will still be on the chart. I'll be looking. I'll be looking. So that being said, for US oil, my projection for US oil this week, fill up this gap and US oil to decline to around 60k, $60. Sorry, why am I saying 60k? To around $60 thereabout. Around, yeah, $60, 67 thereabouts, right? So that we can fill up this other gap here. That's what I'm anticipating for US oil long term. So fill up this gap first this week, then decline continuously to this point. That's for US oil. Let's see gold. If US oil is selling, that means gold. Let me see. We should be buying on gold. Should be buying on gold. Okay. So for gold, I'll take off this guy. So for gold right now, what am I anticipating? If US oil, like I said, is selling, we should see gold buy. So, but now you guys can see a gap here that price has left. I want to see price do this, right? Fill up this gap, then continue. So now, if US signs this deal, right? If US should sign this deal, let's expect gold to actually pump and probably give us an all-time high, because investors now will start running to gold as safe haven to secure their assets and make more money, right? People want to just keep their money so that they don't lose it. So at this point, people will have to start pumping into gold and pushing money into gold, and you guys will see a drastic will notice a drastic change in it, and we might go higher to around, let's say, maybe 5k or 6k. Yeah, maybe 5k or 6k. If we get here, we'll just keep pushing, right? So that's for gold. If I see an entry here on gold, I'm gonna take it. Now let me look at DXY just to back up all of everything I've been saying. All right, DXY has just been playing out just the way I said I want to see it play out. I waited for a reaction around here to now see us push up back, which happened here. This so now, but then if US oil is gonna sell, right? Let's look at it. If US oil is gonna sell, that means go DXY should also lose strength just for a bit. So, but then I'm looking at this guy. Is looking so bullish. It is looking bullish. So we might see a short-term sell on this guy, right? We might see a short-term sell on this guy and we'll buy. Preferably, me, I would wait for price to just drop a little bit so that it can sweep our liquidity around this zone. Because if you guys look at it very well, you'll see how price has been trading in this schematic box. It hasn't broken through. It hasn't broken through the schematic box. It went up, came down, up, came down, up, came down, up. So right now we might see price decline and sweeper liquidity here or liquidity here. To me, I want to see us sweeper liquidity above because, like I said, the closest place where liquidity rests is where the market tends to tap into first. But now, if Trump should sign that deal, we should see a decline on DXY. We should see a decline on DXY, right? Uh, Imami. All right, so all right. Before I get confused, sorry guys. So back to what I was saying. If we see, if we should see Trump sign that deal, we should see a decline on DXY. So let's move down to GBP USD. GBP USD should be bearish. All these buys, I feel like it's just a trap. If you ask me, all these buys look like a trap because of the situation of things in the market right now. The uh the US deal with Iran and all those things. So how do I attack this? How do I go about this market? How do I approach it? First things first, I am not seeing a clear entry. Only if I would take a short term. Only if I would take this trade like maybe a very short trade. But then I'm still not seeing an opportunity to take a trade. But then if US oil should sink, GBP USD should buy. My own opinion. Judging from the fundamentals, right? This is how I'm tackling this. Judging from fundamentals, if US oil should sink, GBP should buy. Yes, GBP should buy. Sorry, not sell. I made a mistake the first time. So right now at this point, anybody taking a sell, please by all means use a stop loss. Use a stop loss so you don't get to lose your money and start crying because you get big okwa. So don't mind me guys. So USD. Euro USD and GBP USD in move alike. I won't use the word pari passu, but they move alike, just the same way. Just that most times, in Euro USD is faster, moves faster than GBP USD, and in most cases also GBP USD moves faster than Euro USD. So let's see. All right, so this guy has gotten to this point. I feel like we're gonna buy. I feel like we're gonna buy, right? Okay, so this was a trade I sent out to one of my No, I sent this trade out to my students. Yeah, I sent it out to my students. So this was a trade that was sent out to my students. So I feel like I even have a clear entry or a clearer vision on this guy. For Euro USD, I'm anticipating a buy. Yes, it's clearer right now. So for me, this is what I'm gonna do. Wait for price to decline to stall around here. Yes, stall around here, then we buy. Take out this previous daily high as we've taken out this low. Mind you, I said the closest place where liquidity rests or lies, that's where the market tends to tap into first, right? You can see this daily low was the closest place where liquidity was resting, and boom, we swept it out. And we're currently waiting to come and take out this guy. Then we take out this other guy, and we take out this guy. Let me take out this one. I've been bearish from this point, and we kept doing our thing. So for me, I want to see us decline a little bit, just a little bit. If possible, range around this point, just range, then boom, we'll buy. So GBP USD, I'm bullish. Euro USD, I'm bullish. Gold, I'm bullish. But short term, maybe from now to Wednesday, we should sell a little bit for on gold, right? Sell a little bit on gold, and we continue to buy. US oil, buy a little bit to fill up that gap, then we sell so that we can fill up the next gap below. So for now, I guess I just have to end this live session, and probably I might come back. I might come back later on, or to those that actually joined and left and joined and left. I still want to say thank you for joining. I know this live session was very impromptu, but you guys still had time to still join regardless, and I don't take it for granted, guys. Thank you so much for joining. As you already know, guys, Echo is active.